and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today, we are going to be showing off everything that we're going to be doing, most things we're going to be doing this month.
That's right. This is our announcement for the month of May video, including all the craft supplies you're going to need and a couple of hints on what we're doing. We'll also show you the dragon.
We don't actually have every single craft down yet, but almost.
We're working on one. Also, which dragon?
We don't have every supplies yet.
Right. Also, which dragon of the month we'll be doing, and we also want to let everybody know that we are, in fact, going in on the Kickstarter for Dungeons and Lasers 3 that jumped out today. It looks pretty spiffy. There's a lot of cool things in it. We'll let you know what our actual buy-in is going to be later on in the month, before the end of the month and before the Kickstarter ends, just to give you an idea how we roll when we do a Kickstarter. Starting with the crafts, this month is going to be a
sci-fi retro stereotypical alien type of thing.
Hence the music, hence the UFO on the table. Our first craft will probably be these guys we found at the dollar store. You want to hit the music again or no?
No, it's not necessary.
Okay. They're basically these cute little UFOs that not only do they light up and make the intro music for our video, but they also are roughly a nice scale for 28mm miniatures.
If it's a much bigger ship.
Right.
Because obviously there's multiple things. I picture it as maybe a transport ship.
Right. But we have some Reaper bones, alien, typical, stereotypical alien greys, and some other aliens that go right to scale with this, and we're going to basically...
Well, obviously, depending on what the ship's meant to be.
Right. And we have planned to tape this up and primer it and spray paint it, as well as giving it some landing gear and possibly a gangplank for you to walk in and out of the vehicle.
Probably not, though.
But that would make it a little difficult to not mess with the electronics inside. But we'll go over all that when we actually do this video, which will probably be Thursday?
No, it's going to be Saturday.
Okay, smart guy.
I was going to say Sunday.
Now we'll go into, but we're not going to tell you what the crafts are, but we're going to tell you the items you would like, you'll probably want to pick up.
Some of these items may change.
Yes, and some of these items might not be...
And we might add some more items to it.
First off, Final Faction weapons pack. If you can grab the alien weapon packs, these two at the very minimum. You can try with the other one, but we'll get to that in that video.
Yeah, those two
These are still very available at all the Dollar Trees.
Also, we would recommend getting the actual aliens as well.
Yeah.
Just the two purple ones, not the...
White one?
Yeah, not that one. That one doesn't... I guess.
Flexible straws, bendy straws.
These ones aren't the best because they have very little bend.
Yeah, there's very little in the bendy action here, but it's still enough if you follow the techniques we'll show in the video. But this box costs us less than $1, and if you can find it with longer, as you said, bendy areas, you'll be better off. But
the more bend, the better.
Yeah.
Well, technically, this is all. I think this is actually the minimum necessary bend.
Right. But this great value box was all I could actually find after going to a couple.
But if you find one that's better, maybe you try to see if you can open the box and not seal anything, obviously, because that's illegal sealing the bag.
But I did open the box in the store. Next, you'll need at least a couple of these. We've used them before. We're going to use them again after this. But we love these things. They're so multi-purpose. Basically, what's inside the gumball machine, we don't really care. Sometimes we do, but 99% of the time it's just junk. And if you can find these, sometimes you can actually, like I said before, find them on the gumball machines because people just think these are garbage and take what they wanted out of the bubble and then leave the bubble behind.
Yes.
Rubber dinosaurs.
This one is one that isn't set in stone yet, but if we don't think of something else, we'll use it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, but it'll be extra credit if we figure something else out.
Roughly this size, which is a little under 2 inches, but any size will really work for this craft, as you'll see later on in the month. But this was the only one I could find that we actually had. I'm going to buy some more this weekend. and hopefully find a little bit better quality. But this one's not bad. It'll work for what I got envisioned. Then we've got what crafting video would be incomplete without milliput. If you
This
can
is
find,
the white stuff.
this is the super fine. If you can find the regular in the red package, go for it. Like he said in the previous video, the extra $5 didn't really make a difference for us. Even when we did the miniature casting with the molding, it really wasn't that helpful. I'm not sure what the difference is exactly, but this is all they had. I put a rain check in for.
It's better, but it's not worth $5.
I put a rain check at our local Hobby Lobby, and hopefully they'll be giving me a call when they get some more in, and hopefully this will be enough to make it through the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully the next one, because I actually don't remember what we're using it for.
Barbecue skewers.
Another thing that's very useful very often.
Yes, we'll
But
probably
not
be,
as much as milliput.
right. We'll probably be using
And the
these.
others in it
We may use
these.
something else, but any plastic or wooden dowel that's
You can technically use wires if they're thick enough.
right. But they're I'm guessing about 2 millimeters in diameter, and the length we're not gonna. They don't need to be this long.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, we will be putting them in the spinning truck. I wonder what I try to guess what we're going to use these for. In my opinion, it's kind of obvious.
This is something that we might or might not be using. I'm thinking that we will. What candy does this come from? What's it called?
Dubaline, I think.
Okay, it's basically frosting in a little.
I disagree.
In a little container, but it comes
So-
with these little spatula-like spoons that you're supposed to scoop it out. They're actually made out of a thin plastic that's.
So we might use it.
But if you want to just cut out some plastic card, that'll work too for what.
And we might not even use it.
Yeah, that's right. We may substitute something else. I almost think that these might almost work for the gangplank too, but they may be a
I
little
don't
too
remember.
narrow
What, for what?
for the stairs to walk up into the U.F.O. And I think they're a
Yeah,
little
but
too.
I don't
think
even
they're-
think I want that to exist.
And last but not least, what Shadow and Sun show would be incomplete without.
A tea light.
Yes.
We recommend. By the way, this is something I recommend. I do highly recommend that you get a pack that you buy, most likely from Amazon or eBay, a pack of green tea lights. Because we had a craft used, even though there's these flares you can get that work the same, but the turret guns we use green for them. But also this, we're going to be using these any chance we get to use these.
We got a pack of 24, so we're gonna at least use 2 per month, so that should hold us throughout the year.
I mean, obviously if we can.
Another good reason to buy them in bulk is if you make a project and you fix this permanently in your project and you have extras, you can just pop out the battery from the back of an old one or an unused one, as opposed to trying to find the exact battery. We found
Even
that
though it does come with a pack of batteries that was cut in half.
yeah, we got a couple extra batteries.
2.
But we found that sometimes when you take the battery out and you look at the number and then you go and buy a pack of those batteries, they just don't work. I don't know why, but I've had it happen to me at least 3 or 4 times. So if you buy like a 12
Which is why if you buy this, you should probably look at the pack of batteries that's in there and look for that exact one.
Right, but like I said, sometimes those numbers are deceptive and they don't work. But those are pretty much all of the craft items we think we're going to need. We may need a few other things. If we do, we'll pin them in this
there's
comment.
one other item. Well, actually, we could even use these for it. There's a few more items
Oh, okay.
that we might use. Mainly, I'll give you a hint. For filling this in, it's gonna,
So something like foam board or cardboard or
anything
like that. Just some of your more basic is.
We don't know
craft
yet,
materials.
but we will. Again, I might be updating in the comments any items we might add or remove. Well, not remove, because we might have again, like we did with the brain, craft video showing one of the extra credits if someone asks for it.
Okay. Now, on to what you guys have all been waiting for, and so have we, the Dragon of the Month. I don't know if any of you guessed it.
You probably did as soon as you heard the music.
We're going to be painting not 1, but 2 of the Xeno Dragons. We like this one so much that the little guy and I are both going to be painting one every Sunday. And it's not going to be, a challenge, no competitive nonsense.
Competitive.
We're just gonna do our two different takes on this dragon. You know, we both have different skill levels and we both have different visions for what colors we'd like to see this in. We actually have two more of these dragons, and we may save that for later on.
We're probably not going to give any away because this is one of the most... This and the Oriental Dragon is the most reusable, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to get more
Not reusable, but the dragon that you can have the most of and just in different colors
Right.
and not feel like it's useless.
With the Oregon...
If you have 3 Durkars, 3 Freyers, or 3 Schmorgen...
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of use out of multiple dragons besides this one and Oregon.
Smorgulon, what was it?
The Dinosaur, I think it was. Schmorgenrog, yeah. With us for Schmorgenrog. With Oregon the Denouncer, we are going to be painting the 4 we got in the different 4 elemental themes to use
Because
in
of...
Shadows of Brimstone. Yes. In the Forbidden Fortress scenarios, there are 4 different elemental dragons and then the Emperor Dragon. So having 4 of those dragons is actually kind of a godsend, and I'm glad we did what we did. But with this one...
We're glad that you remembered it, because we were thinking just, we only need 1,
Yeah.
but then we realized 4,
we fit the bill perfectly. And this dragon was actually really easy to put together in comparison to some of the other ones.
I mean, the one I made wasn't as good. I think this one was mine.
He did some
You
clipping.
can tell the pose is very different. Well, not very different, but somewhat different.
He did some clipping and some gluing.
Turned out.
And yeah, I used a completely different primer than I normally use. I used just a flat white primer. Normally I've been using a paint and primer combo, but we didn't want to diminish any of the details on this one. So did you enjoy the clipping, filing, and gluing aspect?
Somewhat. More than
Get back in the camera and let them know.
Yes.
You're handsome.
Yes.
So you had a lot of fun?
Yes.
And it wasn't as hard as you thought?
Yes.
And you'll be doing more
Yes.
clipping, filing, and gluing
Yes.
in the future? So I can, you know, do other things?
Yes.
Awesome. Isn't he great?
Yes.
So we're going to start painting these this Sunday.
Yes.
We're going to do the usual base coat, washes, and then dry brushing, and he is definitely going to be doing a considerable amount of dry brushing, something he's not great at yet, we'll say, right?
Yes.
But it'll be a good way for him to get some practice, and we did get some special dry brushes for the occasion. We got some special dry brushes for the occasion.
Yes. We're going to be using contrast paint and the metallic paints. I'm going to be using contrast paint.
I won't be using the contrast paint. But yes, he's right. I will be whipping up a batch of contrast paint for him to use, and I'll be using a metallic base coat.
I'll also use metallic, we'll also use neon. We're going to use a bunch of things on this.
Yes, we definitely want to get as much use out of the new Army Painter metallic color set that we purchased last month.
You can technically paint them identical to how you paint the Xenogenesis, but we want them to be a bit different.
Yeah, we don't want them to blend in and get obscured by the actual
But we still want
terrain.
them to look very similar.
So there you have it, folks. That is our announcement video for the month of May.
Some
I hope
things
you
are...
guys... Will you hold that up? Because I think something under the table cloth is...
No, I think it's just...
Because they bounce really
Some
nicely.
things are subject to change.
Right. But
And I knocked it over again. Yeah.
if we do have any changes, we'll let you guys know in our next videos or in the comments section for this video.
That would be me.
Until Thursday, that's right.
Yes, that's how our schedule works.
We will
That's
see you
not an
guys then.
obvious joke.
Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. Good night, everybody.
Yes. No. Yeah, good night. Yeah. Bye.